Hi Abbey, welcome back again to my channel. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a few things I'm doing whilst finding myself since I'm not yet married. Now the thing is, guys, can you help me explain? When you're filling forms, when you're filling documents, legal documents, online documents, even when you're applying for jobs and all of that stuff, usually when it gets to the relationship side, they're asked if you're single. The next thing you're likely to see is married, and then maybe divorced and all of that stuff. So technically, I haven't seen single, like dating, affianced, broken hearted. I never see all of that. So technically, still you're single or married, and I'm not married. So going by the books, yes. Now, one thing I know of, one thing I've seen from married people, my mother, my parents as an example, is that when you're married, you literally don't have a life on your own. Even when the children start coming in, that's also on a different level altogether. If you're single, okay, you want to go somewhere, just pick your bags and then you go. But when you're married, you may have to ask your husband, or you may not ask him, but you may have to tell him, give him a heads up, like, honey, I'll be going here over the weekend, and then he may be like, oh, okay, that's fine, you can go. That's fine, you can go. Or you may be like, oh, okay, that's fine, you can go. Would you go? You won't go. You won't go. You won't go. And even if you have to go, now you have to think of how to leave the house. Maybe you have to prepare some food in advance for the number of days you stay away. And you won't even want to stay away for so long because you want to be back home with your husband. And then when the kids come in, man, can you go when you have little babies or children, young aged children? No, you can't. Okay, so those are some of the things that you may not be able to do when you are married. Like, you have more freedom once you are not married, okay? And these are some of the things I'm going to share with you I've been doing since I'm not yet married, and I hope and I know you can take a cue from one or two of them. So number one thing is to travel. Yes. Traveling is fun, but also you should also consider your budget. Not everyone can afford the luxury of traveling to another country, but then you can also travel within your city or within your town or within your country you find yourself in. You can discover new places, go to new places, just relax. Go to amusement parks. If you're in Ghana, there are places you can travel to. Maybe you've been living in Accra all your life. This is an opportunity. You can travel to Kumasi if you can't afford to travel outside Ghana. You can travel to Kumasi. You can travel to Cape Coast. You can travel to Axim. Okay, you can travel to somewhere else. Like, just discover the place for yourself. Because you would never know. Once you get married, you may never even be able to step out of the city you're in or the city you've settled in to live. Okay, so you should learn to travel. And I've had the opportunity to travel to a few countries, and it's really been eye-opening. Like, currently I'm in Hungary. I've been to a few other European countries, and it's been eye-opening. You get to meet different people. You get to see the cultural difference. It's like, this is huge. The cultural difference is so huge, and I wouldn't have known much about it except what I see in movies, but living it physically is worth experiencing. Like, you get to see new places, take pictures, have fun, make new friends, and all of those things. So that's one thing I'm doing before marriage. So the second thing I'd like to talk about is to discover or learn new things. Yes, okay. It's very difficult, I believe, to learn new things when you are married because you won't even have the time in the first place. But once you are unmarried, there's much more opportunity for you to learn different things. So I've learned so many things. One of them is I learned how to swim. I may do a story time on how I learned how to swim. Yes, I was well over my 20s when I learned how to swim, surprisingly, because in Ghana, my city is a coastal city. I'm from a coastal town and all of that. And I like water generally, but I didn't know how to swim until I traveled. So you see, an advantage of traveling. It's also something you get to do. And also, I learned some new languages. I'm still learning some new languages. Okay, so living in Hungary, you have to learn a few basic Hungarian words like Jonapod, Köszönöm, mit csinált a délben után, hogy vagy, and basic Hungarian language. Yes, and also I'm currently learning German. I'm trying. It's 2 hours a week. I don't know if it's enough, but it's good. So I can say a few things like Wie geht es dir? I hope I'm getting it right. Vilket is dir, ik zoek mijn taska, ik zoek mijn bush. Was machst du? Was ist dein Name? Was ist dein Vorname? Okay, so I'm going to try to say the numbers in German. So it's 1, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's it. So that's also some of the things I've learned a few languages. Yes, you can also pursue your education, get a bachelor's, get a master's, get some skilled training, start a YouTube channel like I have done. So if you haven't yet subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button and kindly smash the like button and also turn on your notifications. So these are some of the things you can also learn whilst you're single. And please, this does not apply to just the women, it applies to the men as well. This is not gender bias, it's for both genders. So if you're a man, if you're a woman, young girl, young boy, yes, you can discover new things, learn new things. Making my own money. Yes. You can't get married and be depending on your spouse's money. He worked for his own money. Of course, he would provide, he would support, you'd also support. But you should also make your own money before you get married. You should make your own money, work hard, start a business, be an entrepreneur, work part-time, like just any legitimate thing, okay, to make your own money. Please, there's nothing sweeter than spending your own money, okay? Like spending money you know you have earned, you have gone to work for it, you have started a business for it, you're doing something for it, okay? So there's nothing that can be compared to making your own money, ladies and gentlemen. So I encourage you, once you are not yet married, you can also make your own money. Don't go into a marriage or relationship depending or expecting to depend totally on someone for their money. That's a plus, okay, if they do it. But have your own money. It's very important. Like, I just can't imagine myself not having my own money and then going into a marriage depending totally on the man. Like, some men actually want their women to be housewives and all of that, but I don't see myself doing that. I always like to be on the move. Even if I'm a housewife, I have to be doing a side business. Like, I'm not going to even be a housewife in the first place because I want to work. So yes, make your own money, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the men to make your own money and the ladies to make your own money. It is nice. With your own money, you can travel around. With your own money, you can register for classes to learn new things. With your own money, you can start also a business, you know. And with your own money, you can feed yourself. You can eat what you want. Like, okay, today I feel like eating this. You just get up and go eat it. Okay, so it's very important to make your own money whilst you are still single and waiting. Or once you are still single and in the process of getting Yes, and the next thing I like to talk about is to pursue your own happiness. Yes. Don't depend on any man, don't depend on any woman to make you happy. Do things that make you happy. It's very important, okay? Some people like have their happiness tied to human beings, okay? So that if this human being does not do this for them, then they are unhappy. If this human being is not there for them, then they are unhappy. Yes, there are sometimes you can be let down by people, but it's also important to know that your happiness is your responsibility. You can't go into a marriage expecting this person to make you happy all the time if you are not happy. You can't give what you don't have, okay? If you don't have it, you are going to drain the other person. So you should also have it. You should pursue your own happiness. Do things that make you happy. Traveling, learn a new skill, make some money. These are things that are important for you to have, okay? So once you're happy and you go into a relationship, or you go into a marriage, or you become a wife, or you become a husband, you don't expect your wife or your husband to be making you happy all the time, so that if one day they're not able to make you happy, then you're down. No, you both should be happy individually, then together you make a happy home. So yeah, that's one thing I'm also doing whilst I'm finding myself, doing things that would make me happy and trying not to dwell on things that would bring me down. Like, it's not that easy and all of that, but like, there are so many things to keep you happy. And also, happiness is temporal. Yes, that brings me to my next point, is instead of just even pursuing happiness, pursue joy. How do you pursue joy? Develop a personal relationship with God. which is the most important of all these my points. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. He's the center of my life, literally. Okay, so in these times when you have more time on your hands, in these times when you have not yet been ringed, in these times when you are single, in these times when you're probably a fiance, dating and all of that, you can also develop a stronger relationship with God. Read your Bible more, engage more in activities that draw you close to God. Even if it's not about going to church physically, just indulging in activity, religious activities, church activities. Develop a personal relationship with God. Pray more, talk more with God, okay? Because joy comes from the Lord. I believe joy is permanent. Happiness is temporary. It can come and go. But when you have the joy of God, which is also a fruit of the Spirit, is there forever. And once you have a personal relationship with God, once you are praying to God, just believe that everything is going to be in order. Like, I think that's the ultimate, really, because without my faith and belief in God, I really sometimes wonder where I would be by now. But I'm so grateful for the little I know and for the little relationship I'm having and building with God. These are some of the things that have helped me to find myself. Oh, and then there's a bonus point I would like to say. Like, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know I love to give a good bonus. Don't compare yourself with anybody. I've said this several times in my video. And you know what I'm going to say afterwards? Comparison is great. Comparison is a thief of joy. Don't be comparing yourself so much with your mate, and now my mate is married, and now my mate has children, and now my mate is driving a Lamborghini, and now my mate is driving a Ferrari, and now my mate has several businesses, and now my mate is married with kids, and now my mate is a CEO here, and now my mate is this. Okay, what about your mate who is dead? What about your mate who is running mad? What about your mate who can't even fend for himself? What about your mate who is struggling? Simple, don't compare. Comparison is a thief of joy. Be grateful with what you have and work on it. By following some of these steps I've shared with you, this is not a blueprint, this is not perfect, but these are some of the things I have been doing to find myself before marriage. I hope you enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. This is also not just limited to maybe single people. If I'm married, you can also take a point or two, but these are basically my personal experiences that I'm sharing with you. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. Kindly smash the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet done so. Turn on your notifications and turn it to all so that each and every time I upload the video, you get to be the first person to see it. And before I fly away, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, beautiful people. Hi, Abbies. Hi, Abbies. You're welcome back again to my channel. It's your favorite person, whether you like it or not. I'm in your faces once again.